Good evening, everyone. I'm really happy to be able to meet with you again and to share information that I have learned as a hairstylist. I've been in the industry now for, I think it's almost 17 years. And so I've learned a few things, but I've recently learned a lot about this hydration, dry hair, moisture, what's the difference, and all of that. So we're just gonna dive right into that. And I will say, disclaimer, I've been in the industry this long, but I don't know it all. And things are always changing, things are always evolving, product-wise and hair-wise, and even trends with color. And so it all plays a part in the dryness of hair. So first I wanna talk about hydration versus moisture. I made some notes. So if you see me looking down, I made notes so that I could stay on track because even though I've been in the industry for so long, I have never actually thought, well, what's the difference between hydration and moisture, like shampoos and conditioners and masks and whatever, and how to figure out which one would I need, and I know the difference between strengthening and moisture, strengthening and hydration, that's the easy one, but when you really think about it, what is the difference? And so I was actually researching this for myself to know. And I originally, another one of my friends, she's also a hairstylist, talked about this. And it was the first time I had really sat and thought about it. So if you think about it in simple terms, when you hydrate your body, you're internally drinking water. So I have water here because I did just get over COVID, so I have a little bit of cough that might happen. But I hydrate by putting something internally. So then you have moisture. And think about moisturizing your body. And that is putting lotion on the outside. So hydration is the absorption of moisture. So this is where it gets tricky and how the terms can kind of like come back and forth. And like I said, I'm still learning, but I know a lot more than I did, and I want to share that. So when it comes to hair products, with hydration, you want to think of water. Like when you wash your hair, you get in clean water. I'm not talking about pool water. That's a whole different topic with chemicals and everything else. But like getting in your shower, whether it's well water, city water, yeah, those might have chemicals too, but just water. Water is hydrating your hair. Gets inside the follicle, hot, cold water play a part in things, but just thinking of hydration, actual water. So, and then there are shampoos that are specifically designed for hydrating your hair. There's also shampoos that dehydrate your hair. A lot of people who are looking for volume or looking for having like less greasy, oily hairs, you will have those dehydrating, stripping, clarifying shampoos. So then if you think of moisture, you're thinking of trapping in and locking in that moisture that you've gotten from the hydration. So hydration is the absorption of moisture, and then moisture, when you think of products, is what locks in that hydration. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. So think about your conditioners, your traditional conditioners, your oil treatments, and styling products. So think of shampoo and water goes in your hair. Some masks and conditioners do as well. So we'll talk about that. But then the moisture is the stuff that you do at the end to lock in the hydration aspect of it all. All right, so hopefully we stay clear on that. So first I want to talk about or I guess that was first. Second, I want to talk about how do you figure this out? How do you figure out what your hair needs? Whether you have thick, thin, coarse, curly, medium, greasy, oily, dry, itchy, flaky. What you do is if you take a test strand, so you could just take one piece of your hair. I thought about doing it now, but I just really don't think you're going to see it. So you take a piece of your hair and have it wet. You can do it right after the shower or not. If you pull your hair and it stretches and then breaks, you need hydration. If your hair just doesn't stretch and it breaks, you need protein. And so that is a different topic as well, but that's how you know the difference between the two. And when it comes to hydration and needing that, you need hydration and moisture. So just know that it does go together. You also need it all three with the protein as well. Again, all these are such deep topics, honestly, but trying to keep it focused and simple on the hydration moisture side. So obviously, if your hair just kind of stretches and does nothing, like obviously not stretching, because that's super over processed too. But if it just stretches a little bit and it doesn't break or anything, you've got healthy hair, that's great. So keep up what you're doing. So there's two types that I'm going to talk to you tonight about. Megan unfortunately could not come tonight. She had a family emergency, and so be thinking and praying for her and her family. But she was going to talk about coarse curly hair because that's what she has. So we'll talk about that now. Coarse curly hair, she actually sent me some messages exactly of what she specifically loves. So for coarse curly hair, no matter if it's summertime or wintertime, you want to not have frizzy hair, right? So that's like your point of using products, using products to help cut down the frizz while still hydrating your hair. So you want to hydrate your hair and you want to cut down the frizz. So the moisture side is like cutting it down with the products that you seal your hair with, but you still need that hydration to keep it healthy. And so the things that she does, well, let me just read it. I'll read what she says. She said, I would just stress that coarse curly hair tends to like dry weather for the frizz. So it means your hair is less frizzy when it's a dry weather, which is typically in the winter time. Now, you may live in a dry climate, but Megan lives in Florida where it's humid most of the year. She says, but it still needs, coarse curly hair still needs to be moisturized every day with a leave-in conditioner or serum. So something she was describing to me is in the summertime, she wears her hair curly a lot. So she can spray it with water, moisture, putting that in to hydrate the hair. And then she seals it with specific products that help cut down frizz, but also coat the hair to keep everything inside. But as when it's humid out, summertime, she can rinse her hair and condition it every day. She washes her hair once a week, whether it's dry weather or humid weather. So it's a little different when it's summertime versus winter, because summertime she'll rinse her hair every day and put leave-in conditioner or put conditioner in it and leave-in. So some people call that a co-wash, a conditioning wash. And when it's summer or when it's wintertime, she still washes it once a day. Excuse me. She still washes it once a day. However, instead of spraying it with water or rinsing it, she will use the leave-in conditioner or serum. And I actually have used leave-in conditioner on my dry hair before too, especially when I have my extensions in. I don't right now. And it soaks it up. It doesn't really weigh it down because your hair needs that moisture locking in, hydration being locked in with moisture. She says she has favorite masks for her hair. Now, Monat is what Megan and I both sell. We've been using it. I've used it now for a year. My family has. And Megan has been using it for 4 years. And both Megan and I are both professional hairstylists. She's also been in the industry for a very long time too. I can't remember years, but is in the double digits. So her favorite masks that she uses is the damage repair line, which I talked about if you might need protein, is the Bond. It's called the damage repair line. It's a Bond treatment. It's similar to Olaplex, except absolutely no chemicals. So it's a game changer in that aspect. Then she likes using the Replenish, the hair transformation mask, and the super moisture. These are specific to the line that we use. Now, you can find other lines that you may love something different, but you want to make sure that they are hydrating as well as locking in moisture if you are needing dry or needing products for dry hair. So that's what I would look for, is something hydrating and following it with a moisture locking in serum of sorts. So this is what she says. In hot weather, I rinse and condition daily. In cold weather, I blow it out straight to avoid cold, wet hair. And I have to still condition it. So I use that leave-in with a drop of oil daily. And this is, I don't care what line you use, you need to use this. That oil is what it can get into your hair. That's a whole nother topic too, but it can get into your hair follicle, heal it from the inside out, and trap in all the good stuff that it needs. And she said she is obsessed with the whole damage line for anyone with curly hair. So this is specifically for specifically for curly, coarse hair. Now, if you have dry hair, there's a lot of similarities. However, somebody like Megan, who washes her hair once a week and continually conditions it and adds oil and serums and whatever daily, it like somebody like me with my fine hair that might need, that needs more moisture and hydration in the wintertime, especially if I did that to my hair every day, up here, it would be too heavy. So you can kind of take these concepts and marry them and put them together, what's specific for you with your hair. So now talking about fine hair, one of the things, like I have this jacket on, I love it. I just got it and I'm probably gonna live in it this winter. But I noticed that underneath here, and it goes with scarves or jackets or whatever, underneath here, I'm getting like little dreadlocks because it's rubbing in the jacket collar. So something I was thinking about is if you put a paper towel next to a little droplet of water, the paper towel is going to suck in that water. So if my hair is constantly touching this jacket, it is constantly being pulled, the hydration is being pulled, the moisture is being pulled away from my hair. And the same goes into a hot, like if you have the heat on in your house, hot water, hot temperatures anywhere you go, like dry hot temperatures is what I'm specifically talking about. It is going to extract the moisture and the hydration from your hair. So that's where having a good moisture protective product, adding hydration to your hair comes into play. So products that I like to use for my hair, and this, like you can, if your hair is damaged, you need to add a little bit different. But with highlights, you get damaged. With blow drying, you get damaged. With hot tools, you get damaged. And so you need to add in the hydration and moisture as well, or like as your foundation. So things that I like to use when I'm in the shower, I use a specific shampoo that is called the Renew shampoo. And that is, it says on the bottle for thick curly hair, or not thick curly hair, but thick to medium hair. I don't have thick to medium hair, but it is light enough to give my dry hair the hydration that I need, because I need all my hair, my scalp and my ends to be hydrated. And then I follow it with a conditioner from about here down. I do go up a little bit higher. I mean, usually my hair is back when I'm washing it, right? And so I take the conditioner on my hands and I just lightly go over where the front pieces are, because they're going to get the most work from a blow dryer or touching your hair or whatever. So it also needs that conditioner. But if I just go straight to my roots every single time with conditioner, it's just going to be too heavy for my hair. So that's just my routine that I use. And then afterwards, I always use a leave-in conditioner, whether it's a detangler, the leave-in serum that we have. I've been using actually my son's leave-in detangler because mine, I ran out, and it's perfect too because it's light and my hair can handle it. Something that I just recently started doing that has been a game changer is using the super moisture mask. And so I mentioned this earlier, there are specific hydrating masks and conditioners. Remember, conditioners for the most part are the moisture side, and you still have to add the hydration during your shampoo or before your conditioner somehow. So the moisture mask, I did a leave-in treatment. Usually I use the oil, which I have a whole nother video. You can listen. I mean, so many people talk about the oil because it's amazing. I do oil treatments on my scalp, helps balance my pH out on my scalp, helps hair growth, helps hair healing. But adding it together is like this killer combo that just saturates your hair with the moisture hydration that it needs. And you can sleep on it. Something you want to be conscious of is that not every single mask out there, Monat or not, you can sleep in. Super moisture, you can. Literally, my hair felt like butter. My ends are softer, and then I follow it with products that help seal in that hydration moisture. So I'm trying to use the terms to keep it clear, but hydration and moisture is kind of like together, and moisture is kind of like by itself. So I'm really sorry if it's unclear at all. So just ask questions if it is. One thing I want to talk about too is the dry shampoo. So something that we, especially oily scalps, use a lot of dry shampoo. Now, I have talked about this before. If you've never heard it, my scalp used to be so oily I could wash it twice a day. Now I can go a week and not wash it because I love dry shampoo and I pull up my hair. But I also have another video, it's a whole nother topic about dry shampoo and how not every dry shampoo is created equal, and how Monat's dry shampoo, I am very firm about that, is the best one on the market because of the products inside of it. There are other dry shampoos that claim the same, but something you need to think about is the type of, what's the term, like, what makes the aerosol, the gas, the propane is in it. Monat doesn't have that. But most dry shampoos will clog your hair follicle and actually could cause damage and make it to where your hair doesn't grow as healthy, and it can break off. Something different about Monat is that really a lot of things have this rejuvenate oil infused in the products. And so you are getting moisture and hydration through this oil. It's not your typical oil. So you're getting it as you're using these products. So the dry shampoo is okay to use during the winter months as well. I cannot say that about every dry shampoo, but I can say that about ours because of the fact that it has this oil in it, but still works, and it does not have the chemicals that can cause breakage, damage, less hair growth because it's clogging up your hair follicles. Another tip I wanted to talk about is for static hair. Static hair is like the nemesis for dry thin hair. I can't speak on coarse curly hair, how often people with that hair get static. But for my dry hair, especially if the moisture is being sucked out with the dry weather, heat, using heating tools in the wintertime, the moisture is just gone in the air. There is the Gloss Shine Mist. It is like this in a spray bottle and a little bit lighter because this is an eyedropper, so you get a concentrated amount. I love this. You can use it on your ends regardless of whatever hair you have. But this I love. It comes out in a spray. You can see it's kind of light, but I can add it especially down here where my hair, where everything is being sucked out from my jacket. Normally I wouldn't do this with a jacket on, but I have my jacket on. I can do this, and then all of a sudden I can feel my ends or underneath here. I can just comb my fingers through. Literally before I started this call, my hands were getting like stuck because I was having dreadlocks back here. But adding this to my hair helps with the moisture being taken away, but also with static, and it's light. So your hair is not going to just all of a sudden fall down. If your hair is really fine, this might be too heavy for everyday use, but you still want to use it for treatments to help your scalp. So those are the products that right off the top I would recommend for fine hair. Now, excuse me. You may have fine hair and it's really healthy, but it's still dry. And it's not necessarily damaged, but it's just dry because of the winter months. There are so many products on the market, so many products, and it can be very confusing. So anyone who invited you to watch this or to come to this will know, you can contact them and they will know how to help figure out what works for you, because somebody might have fine natural hair. I have highlighted hair. I have a little bit of wave to my hair. Somebody might have bone straight hair, so everybody's hair is slightly different, and there's a different combo that works for you. So I encourage you to reach out to that person. But if you are just seeing this on the replay and you don't have somebody, of course, reach out to me. I'm more than happy to help you. But there are specific products for hydration. I feel personally like hydration isn't super heavy. And sometimes I can feel like, oh, my hair is still dry or something like that. What you need to do is use the hydrating products followed by something that seals in the hydration. And that gives you that smooth, silky feeling. You have to have both for the one to work. So you can add oil to your hair. It will make it heavy. But if it's not hydrated, it's not going to shine. You're not going to have, my hair is highlighted, but I still have shine in my hair because I use the right products. You're not going to have that shine if there's nothing inside your hair to shine with. Does that make sense? Also, something that I really love about this particular line, yes, I am talking about this particular line. I have said this before, it is infused with the Rejuvenate oil. So if you're hydrating your hair in the shower and following it with any of these products, you're going to have that moisture locking in with it because it's got this oil in it. And if you think about oil in general to help you grasp this concept, it's helped me. Oil is a fat. And so water and oil don't mix, right? And so if you have water inside and put oil on the outside, the water is going to want to stay inside because it's not mixing with the oil. It's not going to be drawn out as quickly. So if you're missing that step, whether it's using hairspray with the oil infused, whether it's using the dry texturizing spray, it has the oil infused, you're missing that key locking in ingredient to keep your hair healthy. So hopefully this has made sense. If you do have questions, please put them in the chat and then ask me later if it wasn't answered. And so I would encourage you, if you have not tried the hydration process with following with a moisturizer, conditioner mask, leave-in treatment, oil, something like that, reach out to us because we want you to be on your way to having healthy hair through the winter so you don't get those dreadlocks and end up with short pieces in here because all winter your scarf's been eating all your moisture out. So hope you have a fantastic day. We will have more of these in the future, or I guess it's the evening. We will have more of these in the future, and we will be talking about all kinds of topics. I will be collaborating with friends of mine with photography and family and business and how to do holiday makeup and skin tutorials and updos, how to do holiday hair. So if you love these, then make sure to let me know to keep you on the list. All right, thanks for joining.